In this video, we're going to cover how to add a new program. You can either add a new program from your dashboard screen by clicking this button or going to the Clients tab and searching out the company name that you want to use and then adding a new program from their Programs tab. We're going to use the dashboard. We're going to type in the company name that we want to work with. You'll see here down below are the options that match the company name that you've input. If you do not see the company name listed here, you'll go to Create New Company. Okay, now once you have selected the company, you will always have the option to use the template specific for your destination. I recommend that you use the template. The only chance that you would not do so is if you were using an existing program from this specific company. If you wanted to do that, you would type in the program name, and here it'll show you all the different options that you could select from. So for instance, if the client came back repeatedly and did the same type of program, you could just go to something that you've already created before. So I'm going to select the template. Now I'm going to enter in the program name. We're going to set this up in the same manner that we would when working in Salesforce. This will ensure that we do not have any duplicate accounts or duplicate program names. The program code, you can skip this section. The primary contact, it will show you all contacts already associated for this specific company. If you do not see your contact listed, click on Add New Contact. I'm going to select Annie as my main contact. Next, you'll input the program start and end dates. If you want to choose hide exact dates on client site, you can. So for instance, if the client tells you that they don't know exactly when they're arriving, but for instance, it will be April of 2015, you could select the length of days that they anticipate they will be there. And then on the proposal side, it'll show simply as day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. So for the destinations, it'll always click select yours. You're going to input the minimum and maximum group size. Then you can add any internal group notes that apply for this company overall. Then for your date of first contact, you can always leave it set as the current date. Proposal due is going to be the date that Creative Services needs to turn the proposal back over to sales. This is important because Creative Services can track the dates the proposals are due and run reports so they know exactly when everything needs to be submitted. We're going to say that this proposal is due on Tuesday the 31st. Next, you'll set your probability based on what you believe the program is at. If you don't know the probability, 10 will be the default. Next, you'll enter in your estimated value. And then you're going to enter in your margin percentage goal that you want to reach for this program. Then it will automatically calculate the margin amount for you. For internal proposal notes, you will mark if there are any kind of marketing fees associated with this client. So for instance, the 5% marketing fee that is due to HGA. You'll also list any client goals and expectations within this section. That way Creative Services is creating a proposal that will meet the client's needs. If the client's goals and expectations are too detailed to include here in proposal notes, do make sure that you still have a meeting with Creative Services to go over all the details of the RFP to ensure that they're writing a successful proposal. Once you input that information, you'll click Submit, and it's now created the proposal for you. So here, it will automatically take you to the Program Details tab. You'll see here at the top the status of the program. It's listed as new. If you do need to change the status of the program, you can, and you'll see the options set below. If you need to change the program status, select the status that you want to work in, and then click Set. So here is all the information that we've just input from the Program Details section. If you need to edit anything, go to the specific section you want to edit. So say for instance how we input the program dates as a specific time frame. Now if you weren't sure about what the client or when the client was going to arrive, we could enter it as a more generalized date. So for instance, I'm inputting it as April 2015 and then saving that. So it'll give me a little reminder that that's how I have my program date set. And then here in the proposal, it would show your different events as day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and so on. For this, I'm actually going to keep it listed as the specific dates. So now it'll show you the client that you've assigned, or the contact that you've assigned to this specific proposal. We have Annie. If you do need to add another one, you can. You'll select the contacts that are already input, or you can add a new contact. And then you'll select their role. At this point, sales is also going to go into the proposal. And if this is going to be a program that you're sharing with somebody else, you would then want to tag the other salesperson. So all employees that have a Viper license are listed here. You would then select the role that they're going to be. So you either can add a sales coordinator or an account executive as well. I ask that you do not assign an operations manager until the program has come back with a signed contract. Next, we're going to add in a creative services manager. So because this is in Las Vegas, we have 2 creative services contacts. I'm going to assign them both. Now you'll see here, because I've input the program details, I'm listed as the account executive. If you do need to delete yourself from the account, you can do that as well, just by clicking delete. Know that once you assign somebody to a program, they automatically get an email from Viper letting them know that a program has been created and that they've been assigned to it. So for instance, now with creative services, both of them will not be writing the proposal. However, they've both been notified. They will then go in there, decide who will assign it, and then creative services will send an email back to the salesperson letting them know they have confirmed who will write the proposal and that they have received the details for this as well. If they do need to have an RFP meeting, they will schedule it at this time as well. So now that we've input the program details, you want to next go to the event schedule and begin building the different events for this client. So you do have the option of having multiple events on the same day. I'm going to start with arrivals. And based on the information from the RFP, I'm going to set the time frame. Now, if I need to add any notes, like say for instance the client wants shuttle service, I would add it here. Anything else that creative services needs to be aware of to write the proposal, you would add that in the notes as well. Now keep in mind, if you want to have a separate costing section for different events, you will need to set them up here. So for instance, I'm going to say that we have VIP arrivals that will also overlap with this main section of arrivals, but I want them to have their own piece and their own page in the costing and also in the proposal. And I'm going to say that the VIPs will only have sedan service. Next, you'll see they're built as their own events. If you need to to copy an event, click this icon and you can copy the event to other days. I'm going to go into a program that I've already created with a built-out event schedule. So here in this program, you'll see I have tours, centerpiece options, another section for tours, an off-site reception, and then down here at the bottom, I'm proposing 2 different venues. I'm also proposing 2 different decor themes. So I want to show them separately in the costing and also give them their own event page. This is how you would do it. So even though it's only one event that I'm truly proposing, I'm separating them out so that it's easier for the client to distinguish. All right, so now that I've set up the event schedule, I'm going to go into the proposal tab. Within the proposal tab, you'll see the client logo already uploaded, your specific destination, and then the account executive's information. I do have it set so that only the AE's information pulls up on the page. So if you have creative services tagged, their contact information will not show up here. Now you'll see this is the cover sheet for the proposal. The proposal will always start with your program scope. And because we have used the template, it will then go to your About Host page, About HGA page, and then it will have the terms of proposal. When it builds it, it usually is right here after the HGA page, but I was already using this as a different sample. So you want to ensure that your terms of proposal are always at the end, so you can move that. Keep in mind you can move any section regardless of the day that it occurs. So for instance, Hakkasan is here on October 24th, but if I wanted to show that first to the client, I could. If you have a section, an event that has no contact in it or no content in it yet, it will show up as grayed out. All of these events have already had items added to them, so they do not have the gray background. If you are working on a piece of the proposal and you're not quite ready for the client to see that, so for instance, maybe I'm still working on these reception options, you can hide those from the client. So if we were to send this off, the client would see these top items and the terms of proposal, yet these two reception options would be hidden from them, so they would not see them in the proposal or in the costing. So these are all the events that we have built into the event schedule. If you need to add another event, you can. You can also add a section. A section would be something like our About Host Las Vegas page, which only has a description with it and does not have a section within costing. So say for instance, you needed to speak to certain capabilities to address needs of an RFP. You could go in there and add a section, and this would be, hosts, specialties, capabilities, however you wanted to title it. And then you could go into that section and then speak to any need that you need to address. All right, also here on the main page, you'll see the ability to go directly to costing. We'll cover costing and adding content to the proposal in different videos.